Out with the old, in with the new. Hey guys, and thanks for checking out the video. Today we're talking tool bags again. I know I just recently picked up that Bauer bag, did a review on it, and set it up for the Jeep. And it's been a great bag. I'm not gonna knock it at all. I really love that bag. But with the Jeep being so tight, I found the need for something new. And I wanted to try one of these tool rolls. This one is from Mojab Off-Road Gear. I bought their large version. It's available in red, black, and now olive drab green. And I really like the way this is set up. It's a little windy today. I hope you can hear me just fine. It comes with some stickers and also this thank you card. You know, if you do a review on these or post about it on your social media, they'll give you a 15% discount, which is nice because they sell a lot more than just these tool bags. They also have all the off-road gear you can think of, you know, from kinetic ropes and soft shackles to hard shackles and first aid kits, as well as a really cool hydraulic jack that would be a good replacement for like a high lift, something like that. So anyway, these are nice canvas bags. The pouches Velcro in and are removable. So if you just want to grab your sockets, you can rip your sockets out and run down the trail to help out a buddy or something. I just like the way that this is set up, and I should be able to roll it up and even, well, we'll see if all my stuff fits in there. But say it's nice and big and plump, it's still a lot smaller footprint than this, which is nice when you're talking the cargo space in these Jeeps. If you're retaining the rear seat, which I need to because we take our 5-year-old with us, there is not a lot of room. This bag barely fits standing up. I want to put a lock box in the back. I'm going to build my own version of the Tuffy box, and it's not going to have the clearance for this bag. So I thought, well, if I get a tool roll, I can lay it on its side, or I guess it'd be upright in there, and it's going to take up this much space, you know, about here on this bag versus all of this. So like I said, I really love this Bauer bag. It's been great to me. When I had my pickup, it had, you know, I had a lot more room. It was perfect in there. Now the downsides to it is kind of, one, the weight, which is a personal reason, you know, or personal thing, I should say. I carry too much tools. So with this tool roll, my plan is to go over the Jeep right now, and every bolt and nut that I find, put a wrench on it and see what size I need. And so I'm gonna have like a dedicated tool roll for the Jeep. So just the tools that I need in the Jeep, versus, well, we'll go through what I have in my bag right now and what we're gonna keep and what we're gonna get rid of. But I got like a full-on socket set in there and a bunch of open-end wrenches, and I kind of use this as my tool bag for everything. But going forward, I think it'd be better to have a dedicated bag for the Jeep, and then I'll also keep this Bauer bag. I'll have it set aside in the shop, and if we're gonna go do a recovery or you know, I know what I'm going to work on, I can throw some extra tools in there. If we're doing a big trip like to the Rubicon, I can throw some extra tools that I wouldn't ordinarily carry, and I'll put them in that bag. So let's go ahead and set this aside for now. Love getting stickers. Let's go ahead and open up this bag. So there's some things I know I'm going to keep, like my breaker bar, or my pry bar. I carry that all the time, use it all the time. My little hammer, I use that all the time. I'll keep that. In the front pouch, I carry a 12 volt stuff, and my safety glasses. So I find it useful to have some extra lengths of wire. I got some tape, an extra toggle switch, which, you know, you might think, well, you don't need to carry an extra toggle switch, but that's actually come in handy. When we were going on a trip one time, my dad's ignition in his camper bus went out, and we used a toggle switch to hotwire it so that he could still go on the trip. So probably have more lengths of wire than I need. A test light is useful. I have started carrying an actual voltage tester, and that's been pretty nice too, but it's bulky, so I don't think I'm just gonna find a spot in that bag. I find it useful to have a paint pen, some sort of knife. Well, there's the receipt from when I bought this bag. Let's see, I paid $70 for this bag, and this one came in at under 50. So not really a big difference, but I find these useful. It's a little magnetic tray. I might come up with a different size for that, or I have a magnetic strip that I might throw in one of those pockets. It's just nice when you're pulling bolts and nuts and stuff off to be able to throw it in a magnet, even like I did my U-joints the other day, and just having a spot to throw the lug nuts and, you know, the big keeper nut and stuff on the axle. That was nice to be able to throw it in there and not have to worry about it getting lost in this gravel driveway. So opening up pocket one, which I really like about this bag, it opens up really far. I keep this whole socket set in here, and I don't need this. I don't need this side of it, at least, but I am gonna steal the screwdriver out of it. I do find that to be useful, and so I'm gonna take this stuff out of there and put it in one of those pockets, and then this will go back in my tool box in the shop. So I'll set this on the side of stuff I'm not keeping. A little wire brush, I use that pretty frequently. In this bag I got some gloves, some water weld, some JB weld, caliper lube. I don't need to have that in there. I don't need to have that in there. This was a full thing of zip ties. It's kind of on the light side now. Shows that I do use them. I bought these cool Allen wrench and star socket Torx bit set one time, and I thought, oh man, that's awesome. I'm going to carry that all the time. But it really takes up a lot of room, and I hardly ever use it. So I'm going to set that on the not used side. And if I see any Allen wrenches on there, I'll steal some out of my toolbox. These ones I do use, or do need. I don't know if these are the same size. I know one was for the XJT case, which probably carries over into this. And I forget what the other one was, maybe the oil adapter neck or something like that. But I'm gonna keep them in the keep pile for now. This was another cool tool I saw just at the hardware store, and I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be handy to have. Don't ever use it. A large socket, or large ratchet that extends. I use that as a breaker bar. I'll throw that in the keep pile. Adjustable wrench, keep pile. Small adjustable wrench. I have one that I keep in the Jeep all the time. A file, find that to be useful. Keep that. Extension for my large ratchet. A couple screwdrivers, Phillips and a flathead. Big pliers, keep those. Another set of big pliers, keep those. Locking set, keep those. Needle nose, I like those. Another adjustable. I use this one more than anything else, so I'll keep that, of course. And then I have a small breaker bar with an adapter for different socket sizes. I'll keep that for now. A magnetic pin, I use that all the time because I'm very clumsy and drop my stuff. Keep that. Now I know there's some stuff hiding down in these pockets. Oh, chisel. I used that when I did my U-joints, so I might as well keep that. Now this is something that I don't know that I want to keep. This is my extra nuts and bolts, and I think I'll keep it, but I'm gonna just throw it in the Jeep. I'm not gonna keep it in the tool bag itself, except for some of these hose clamps, because hose clamps do come in handy. And then this is my old GoPro case, and I have all my extra sockets and stuff in here. And then moving on to the big pocket, I have another socket set. And like, that takes up a lot of room. It is nice because it's organized, but I don't need all of these sizes. So I'm going to use this set, go through and find all the ones I do, and then I'm going to run in the shop because I don't want to separate my nice Tecton set. I'll run in the shop and grab corresponding sizes in the spares that I have and throw them in the bag. So, and then same thing with my open ends. I do not need all of those. It takes a lot of space, adds a lot of weight. I have a nice big pair of pliers. I bought these after using the Snap-on version, which worked really good. These are Icons, and they kind of don't get the bite that I was hoping. But they're a good size and shape for doing like jam nuts on long arms or control arms. So I'm gonna keep it for now, but they're gonna have to earn their place. Clamp, that can be handy. I'll leave it in if I have space. All right, and that's it for that bag. Now, I'm gonna go through and find all the ones I need on the Jeep. I'm not gonna take you along for that ride. And then I will throw everything in that bag. All right, the wind has picked up, so I do apologize. I went over and pretty much every bolt I could find, I put a socket on it. And so I've set aside the sockets, set aside the Torx bits, set aside the open ends that correspond to the socket sizes that I found, because I figured, you know, usually you'll need the same size, but that's not always true. And so this is probably not comprehensive. This is not the entire list of tools that you need to do trail repairs on your Jeep. I would love it if you left a comment saying that I'm forgetting something, because I would like to have a complete set. And going forward, what I usually like to do, how I've set up bags in the past, is grab my tool bag when I go to work on the Jeep, and if I'm missing a tool, I grab it and it goes back in the bag when I'm done. So turning you around, this is effectively what we're getting rid of. I'm sure there's some Allens and some Torx and stuff that I'll need that aren't over here, but we'll address that later, I guess. So these are all the open ends that I had that I probably don't need. There was a few of, a few copies in there. This whole set will get to go in my toolbox at home and is replaced by these ones that I had in my toolbox. So let's just go through some of the sizes here. I got a 8mm, a 10 short and long, a 12 short and long, a 13 with the 12 point, a 15 short and long, 17 short and long, and an 18 long. And what I did, I just grabbed a short and long if I had it handy, just for different applications. 5/8 short and long, 7/16 long. I didn't have a short for that one, I guess. 9/16 short and long, 1/2 inch short and long, 3/4 inch, 13/16, and then a surprisingly large number of Torx bits. So a T25, T15, T30, T40, T55, and a T60. And I think this T55, I think it was, is for taking my winch plate off. Then I have extensions, my 36mm, my tuner key, 2 Allen wrenches. One for sure goes to the T case, the other I'm not sure, but it's in there for a reason. The pliers, screwdriver, and then the corresponding open ends. So one small pile of open ends instead of 2 big rings of it. a miscellaneous pile, 12 volt, and then the other tools. So now I'm gonna go ahead and stuff them in there and show you what it looks like when I'm done. So 3 things were too long to fit in the pouches. Otherwise, everything fit, and I'm surprised. There's so much space. So I got my open ends, I got my sockets and ratchets and Torx bits. I got my hammer and my adjustable wrenches. I got my pliers and my screwdrivers, and my Allen's in here. And then everything needs a junk drawer, right? So there's my junk drawer. I even got my little magnetic tray, the brush, the pen, my 12 volt kit is in there. Everything is in there. So these 3 things that don't fit, I'm just gonna stick in these cracks. Heck yeah, it rolled up really nice. It's even got a carry strap on it. One of the things when I got that backpack is I wanted to be able to carry my tools down the trail in case, you know, a buddy needed a hand. And I can do that with this. It straps right on. In the little tiny cargo space that is the back of a Jeep TJ. Check that out. That looks good. Now my lockbox is gonna come up level with the back of the door, I should say. So about right here. So say that's the top. I got my air compressor, I got my tools, and then I'll have a shelf for my recovery gear. So that's definitely awesome. That is the Mojab tool bag. I think it's great. Definitely look forward to using it. As always, I'll have updates on my Instagram at the Phoenix TJ. I always want to say at the Cheap Hawk because when I had my Cherokee, that's what it was. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.